I just had the biggest shit of my life in a mall. May God have mercy on my soul. It all happened once I woke up. My stomach was grumbling, growling and acting up. But it was only the beginning of what horrors were soon to be met. I dismissed the stomachache and simply went to my own toilet to relieve myself. Well, nothing bizarre happened there. I decided that I was low on food and was looking for some clothes. So why not go to our local mall? Big mistake. Oh, such a big mistake. I arrived after about 30 minutes of walking. It was only a stroll away. But the cherry on top to my shitty pun intended fate was the walk there. It stimulated my bowels so much it screamed in horror and pure terror. This was truly the part one realized I should have listened to the natural call for me to stay at home. I don't know what I was thinking. This was an emergency. The mall wasn't big, and it wasn't crowded as I live in a moderately small city in a small country. I entered the mall and slowly but surely made my way to the toilets. A low price of 25 cents was the cost of my demise. I quickly looked for any other people in the stalls, and I was truly relieved no one was present for the crime scene I was about to make. I went into one of the stalls, and when I say shit flowed out like a waterfall, I am not exaggerating. Now I don't want to get too detailed as to spare anyone unfortunate enough to lay their eyes upon this, but I was there for about what I assume was 35 minutes. A decently short time, but in that time, I was able to commit such tragedies. I groaned, pushed and God knows what. It took 5 flushes to even make some progress. It was piled up. It was truly nearly to the edge of my butt cheeks when I was sat. I feel embarrassed. Obviously, I waited, flushed, waited, flushed. Now as I said, the mall was small and there were more bathrooms in the more populated areas, so luckily no one walked in on me. I eventually managed to somewhat flush it all down, but I believe the shit stripes made were now engraved into the toilet sole. Oh, and don't get me started on the wiping, horrible story. I'm genuinely surprised it didn't clog up the toilet alongside with my shit. But it smelled putrid in there. I cleaned my hands as much as I could, rubbed them, soaped them, but the blood of my crimes lay on them. Until the true end of eternity, I feel bad for the janitor that cleaned the toilet after. My condolences to them and their family. I'm not even joking, it was so horrible my asshole is still recovering from it and I feel sick to my stomach. Well, at least it got rid of the stomachache. But I was too shaken up and embarrassed to continue shopping, so I ashamedly walked back home, making sure no one saw me in the mall. It was truly the shit of my life. I don't know what triggered it. But moral of this story, listen to your gut.